Welcome. Here we go to the Q&A time. Enjoy. It's Lady Sage and Aunt Robin.
Look at her. She video bombing us.
Video bomb.
Okay.
She was like, y'all not gonna put me in the video? I'll put myself in the video. She's about to come back from round 2. I can tell it. I feel it in my shana now. Oh, here she comes. Straight face here.
Okay, we're ready.
So, you asked me a question. What was the question you asked me?
The question I asked was, how did you come up with the name Lady Sage?
Alright. So before I came up with the name, before I started calling myself Lady Sage, I used to be a Christian, but I really wasn't. I wasn't like in the church. I wasn't doing anything in the church. I was just like, I would go to church. I would sit in the back. But Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, those are my drink nights. And I work third shift, so it was like working third shift, going to school in the morning. So I just like Friday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. That was my thing, and I was really battling about just my Christianity walk. Like just am I really gonna be a Christian? Do I really want to walk this thing? And it took me a good probably like 8 or 9 months to really commit. And then once I got saved for like the 10th time.
Oh wow! How many times you get saved before you really
like
are saved? It's like crazy,
like,
right?
No, Jesus Lord, I'm for real now. But once I really got saved for the 10th time, I just like it was almost cold turkey. I just like.
It's like, which is the real one? Jesus.
Yeah, well, at that time we had the beer distributors, so they had cases of alcohol, and I was like,
couldn't just buy.
You couldn't. Yeah, now you can just go to Rutgers and you can buy like 1 or 2 or even 3. But back then you had to buy like a whole case.
Wow.
And so I had, even though I stopped, I had so many left, and like I said, I was still like I would always get invited to parties and all that stuff with my friends, so. I didn't want to be tempted with alcohol drinking, so you would come to my room and I had like alcohol that's kind of like everywhere. Like I had a shelf with just like nothing but alcohol on it, because I said to myself, I'm not gonna drink anymore, but I don't want to be tempted just by seeing it. So I placed it so I could see it every day. So it was a reminder to myself that although it's there, I don't really need it and I'm not gonna drink it. And so make a long story short, but so I went into this like really deep kind of, and it was, like I said, it was probably a year or 2 not really drinking anything and going to church and really dedicating and getting into the word and like helping out and stuff. But then I had this really deep intimate moment with God, and it was like 3 days of intense like worship, prayer, like I was speaking in tongues. I was singing in tongues. Chinese. It sounded like Chinese. And I felt like I was birthing something out. And so I went to some of the spiritual leaders at my church, and they were saying like it was a spiritual birth. Because like I felt the intensive labor pains. I mean, that's how crazy it was. But so after this intense like 3 days of this nonstop worship and stuff like that, it was at the end I was sleeping in a dream. And so much happened in the dream I can't even remember, and I wish I would have wrote it down. But it was like as if water was like being poured on me, or it was like a mantle or something. And all I heard is like, "You shall be called Sage." Wow. You know what I mean? And then he kept saying the voice got stronger, like, "You shall be called Sage." And I'm just like, I woke up and like, okay, like I shall be called Sage. So the first thing you do when you hear or think they're telling you that this is your new name, what do? You look it up. So I just like immediately went to my phone, looked up Sage to see what it means. In Latin, Sage means wisdom or wise.
Oh.
So I was like, okay.
Lady Sage, okay.
Wise. Okay. And so then I went right to church. I was like, God said, I shall be called Sage. I shall be called Sage. So I went right to church. And I think I was a worship leader at the time, and I was leading a worship group for that week. And I was just like, hey, everybody, call me Sage. Yes, I was the one to announce it over the microphone. Call me Sage, People were looking at me like...
You had an epiphany and they didn't know.
What's the matter with her? Call her Sage. Her name is Vanessa. No, we're not calling her Sage. And I think out of all the people who were there, it's probably 8 people. One person called me Sage.
Wow.
He was like, "Hey, Sage," you know. And he called me Sage for a good month.
Guess what? When God gives you a new name, that's your name.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
And he does it in scripture all the time.
Yeah.
Gives you a new name.
So he called me Sage for that month, and then I was like, "Yo, you don't have to call me Sage anymore. It's okay." Like, because nobody else was calling me Sage. But as I do this media and video recording, like, more of that comes out. So then I used to, and I'm probably going to get back to it, rap a little bit. And my rap name is Lady Sage. So that's kind of where she is. It's like a good 7-year process. But, you know, so now I call myself Lady Sage. And I always say, I'm Lady Sage, I'm in the building. Because that's kind of how my rap started off. Yeah. This is Lady Sage, and I'm in the building. But that's where it came from. My name is Lady Sage. I just don't play. I can't run away. Lady Sage, and Sage is capitalized, and it's all one word. But you can go on there and listen to my podcast and stuff. And I was saying how, like, this was a 7-year process. Yeah. And this,
there we go with that word again. It's a process.
Yeah, but this, like, this dream or vision, or you want to call it, that I had, that God has given me, is finally coming into fruition after 7 years.
7-year phase.
I was like, when God said you should be called Sage, I jumped in there. I'm like, call me Sage.
I know that's right.
But God's timing is the right timing.
Everybody's not going to have just your vision. You know what I mean? So you should be excited about your call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And it's a phase, you know, this is a phase, you're going to go to a next phase, but you're always going to be Lady Sage. Hey, I just rhymed.
Hey! My name is Lady Sage, I just don't play.
I'm in the first phase.
I'm in my first phase. Still feel like there's a rap, something. I feel like I'm going to be a rapper sometime soon, maybe in the next 5 years. I don't know. I'm not gonna let that dream die. But yeah, that's how Sage was born 7 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing.
The fire and the rain. I hear you praying, Lord, take it all away. But if you won't.